Good day everyone, my name is Haojishan, number 253625. I'm going to persuade my audience about negative impacts of consuming cold water. Do you have the habits of drinking cold water in daily life? As common sense, drinking plenty of water is able to maintain healthy lifestyle. Therefore, by ensuring body hydrated is important, which tends to be highly beneficial for mental and physical health. Every individual needs to consume at least 4 liters of water daily and best to have mouthful of water every 15 to 30 minutes. Even when we are still kids, our parents, our teachers will always ask us to drink a lot of water. Therefore, drinking plenty of water is good to our health, but not cold water. Drinking cold water will bring negative impacts towards our health. People who are often drink cold water when the weather is hot or after exercising will to cool down our body. In fact, cold water intakes during this moment will cause harm and imbalance to our body. Besides, Malaysia is located near the equator, which the climate is hot almost every day. This situation caused Malaysians drink a lot of cold water from days to days to cool down our body. However, there are 3 main risks of consuming cold waters which will harm and imbalance to our body. As for now, I would like to share the information about negative impacts of consuming cold water continuously in daily life. Firstly, drinking cold water can cause migraine worse, especially for those who already experience migraines. People thought that by drinking cold water can reduce migraines or headache. Unfortunately, cold water can worsen the current conditions of migraine people. People who are often suffer from migraines or headache should not practice drinking cold water regularly. According to researchers, cold water or ice water are both potentially will cause migraine sufferer to experience critical pain after they drank cold water through straw. Cold water or ice water doesn't bring any beneficials for the migraine sufferer and will not ease the migraine or headache after consuming cold water. Cold water will only bring negative impacts to the migraine sufferer, which will cause blood rushes and resulting headache hits. Meanwhile, drinking cold water will cause active migraine sufferer to trigger much worse conditions after directly consuming cold water while they are experiencing headache or migraines, as this happens due to the cold stimulations in our body. Besides that, drinking cold water can decrease heart rates and shocks the body. Malaysians known to be living under the hot sun throughout the year, so I believe that some of Malaysians have the habits of drinking cold water. This is because we think that cold water can help to cool down our body. We can see that at restaurants or at hawker store, they are having their meals with a glass of cold water or ice water. However, cold water doesn't help to cool down our body. According to researchers, cold water can decrease heart rates due to the stimulations of vagus nerve. Our nerve system can cause heart rate to slow down when contact with the cold water. Furthermore, drinking cold water after exercising is a norm among Malaysians. After during exercise, we will feel very thirsty and we think that it's the best to have a cold water to solve the thirsty. But sudden intakes of cold water during this moment will cause imbalance and shocks our body. Even potentially will cause chronic stomach to hurt. As for our understanding, drinking cold water can cause migraine worse and decrease heart rates. Secondly, drinking cold water while eating can cause digestion problem and constipations. As I mentioned earlier, Malaysians are frequently having meals with a glass of cold water or ice water. This unhealthy habit should avoided. This is because of cold water can cause serious implications on digestions. Taking glasses of cold water will probably result in restricted digestions due to the contractions of blood vessels. This phenomena will weaken our body abilities to absorb healthy nutrients. While consuming cold water, our body needs extra energy to relegate harder to sustain normal body temperatures and hidden the process of nutrient absorptions. Hence, it has consumed water of room temperatures as recommendations from health experts and before taking a meal is for better digestion. According to researchers, drinking water is advisable, especially before taking a meal. However, taking cold water can lead to constipation due to the reductions on intensity of enzymes that mainly help to digest food substances. The consumption of cold water during meals will solidify the foods and harder to digest the foods. Once the foods become solid and harder, the enzyme in our bodies will lose the effectiveness to break down the foods, which will easily cause constipations. The inner organs in our body, especially for small and large intestines, will contract, resulting constipations, bloatings, and other general discomfort. Therefore, it's important to drink water of room temperatures for a better digestion. Keeping this point in mind that drinking water while eating can cause digestion problems and constipations, the next point I'd like to make is that drinking cold water after meal may affect body abilities to break down fats. Among Malaysians having meal outside, they are enjoying foods with a glass of cold water or ice water. This habit is unhealthy as drinking cold water not only affects digestion, it also affects our body abilities to break down fats. While foods are being digested and we drink a glass of cold water or ice water together, will solidify the foods, which will resulting more difficult to digest and our body will hard to break down the unwanted fats. According to researchers, drinking water is best before and after taking a meal with a 30 minutes gaps. A glass of water before a meal for better digestion. Meanwhile, a glass of water after a meal to maximum nutrient gains. Furthermore, drinking cold water can cause extra body fats. Extra body fats is caused by the habits of drinking cold water in daily life, which indicates that the cold water can cause unhealthy fats in our body. This is because of cold water will solidify the foods, which cause more difficult to digest. Those not fully digested foods will lead to unwanted fats trapped in our body. Besides, our body needs extra energy to balance body temperatures and hasten the digestion process. Consequently, cold water or ice water should not consume regularly because it's causing bloating and resulting difficult to digest and gain extra body fats. Thus, people who practicing to lose weight, they are not encouraged to drink cold water in daily life. This is because of cold water will cause extra body fats in body and will resulting them hard to lose weight. Now we have clear insight that drinking cold water have negative impacts towards our health. In conclusions, we already discussed the three major risks and negative impacts of consuming cold water continuously in daily life. Firstly, drinking cold water will cause the migraine worse, especially for those who already experience migraines. Second point is that drinking cold water while eating can cause digestion problems and constipations. Third point is drinking cold water after meals may affect body abilities to break down fats. Malaysians are living under the hot sun throughout the year. It is advisable to drink plenty of water instead of drinking cold water or ice water. This is because of cold water will only bring negative impacts towards our health. My motive of sharing negative impacts of consuming cold water in daily life is encourage you to avoid drinking cold water and choose warm water or room temperature water. Warm water may be good to our health in comparison to drinking cold water, such as we can avoid body pains when we are getting older later. Since we are still young, it's responsible for you to take good care of yourself. That's all for my sharing. Thank you.